Good day, everybody. Here we are looking for our bag of gold, right? Right here, 1956 D roll. We've got some opportunity here, so let's seize the day. How's everybody doing? I hope doing well. Be sure everybody can hear me. Hello, hello, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's Trip. Hello. James Valley in the house. So is Mr. McCumber finally. He finds his way back. Come on. Sometimes when rolls are 59 years old, they're a little difficult to open, right? All right, here we go. Let's see what we get in this 56D roll. We could actually have really good stuff here. I love 56D. It's one of my favorites to do because 56D never seems to cease to amaze. Getting lots of good stuff. Goodies. Come on, let's go. All right, we've got nothing on the date or mint mark of coin number 1 in the roll. Nothing else there. We're going to check the reverse on the first 10 coins to see what we have. And then so nothing there. We're going to move on to coin number 2. And that's coin 1 for you. Let's take a look. Coin number 2 for Sissy. Yeah. Looks pretty normal so far. Coin number 2. That is probably a die scratch. Nothing going on there. Yep, a little bit of a clash as well. Coin number 3 here. These rolls like to be all skittish and standoffish, then all of a sudden they produce in spades. So be ready to adjust your volume. Hello, Sergeant First Class and Paul Adams. Everybody here today watching the show. Southern Coin Hunter. You will listen. Okay, then I will speak as much as I can to get through this and make it so that it's more like a radio show than a visual show. Got a lot of die scratches on this one, but no doubling. Check the reverse here real quick. A lot of big die scratches on that. That would make excellent markers for something if there was anything to marker. But we don't have anything that we need to have markers for on this one. That's coin number 4. Went to Carl. Coin number 5 now. Coin number 5 goes to IT. Bethel N. Let's see. Yep. Same die again that we've got. It looks like a little double die clash. Interesting little thing going on there. But it looks like this is the same die we've seen at least once before. Check the reverse on this one. Nothing there. Coin number 6. Chubby Pop Chaser. Let's see. Same die again. Same die again. Oh, nothing there. A couple little fingerprints on this one. So we had a Larry at the wrapping machine back in 1956. Coin number 7, Pat Seddon. And while this is a different die, we have, okay, there is a thick die scratch running north and south between the 1 and the 9, and then a pair of parallel die scratches out in front of the chin. We do have a couple of pretty heavy marks in the field there. And this is going to be another normal die, but now we have a couple of markers to use and showing us that we have seen the pairing reverse for that particular obverse, and as we pass by them, we will be able to more quickly distinguish what we have seen and what perhaps we haven't. Hello, Coin Junkie. There is another one of those. So we just saw that die. Got the same die scratches in the same places. So that's for Nanostacks. Coin 9, Shinbone. Let's see what Shinbone gets. This one's blown out. That might be an RPM, but I believe it's one of those ones that shows tripling on the bottom serif that we're not really counting because they are not... What is going on here? Because they are not... they don't seem to be real RPMs. This is something that was on the planchet prior to the coin being minted. It looks like some form of lamination. We're going to have to look at the reverse on this one as well. It's very strange. It looks like an incomplete punch, but it isn't. This was done prior to the time that the coin was minted. This damage or whatever it is to this planchet was done prior to the minting of the coin. It goes straight through everything. It goes over the rim. It actually even weakens around itself at the rim. There is no flange of metal sticking up saying that this was a scratch in the coin. Whatever that is was in the planchet when the dies hit it. Okay, we've got nothing on this side indicating anything to us about the anomaly on the other side. I can't really tell you what it is for sure, but I believe it was damaged prior to the strike. No, not struck through anything. It's just it's an abrasion. It's a mark, a big cavernous scratch going all the way through the obverse. Here we go with another one of our double die clash marked Lincoln cents there. So we got nothing else there. Coin number 11 now for Doug. Doug Rizak. Always like getting goodies for people, but sometimes it just doesn't happen to work out. Okay, so this is a die pair that we don't have showing as a marked die pair yet, but that big die scratch through the 9 will give us a really good place to look to know that we've seen this particular die before. And it's got nothing on it. So far, we found nothing in this roll. Not a good thing. The coin vault. What's the coin vault going to get? Another one of the double die clash coins. Another double die clash. What do we have next? Dan? That's the big die scratched through the 9. That could be an RPM, but I'm kind of doubting it. Oh, nothing else there. Now, clashes are interesting, but they're way too common to really have a lot of value, unless they are just amazing. Show up really well. There's another one of the double die clashes. I say double die clash because that line going west from the 1 to the left of the 1, there's actually 2 lines there, and those are both from a die clash. One straight on and the other one just a little bit out of whack. Yeah, that clash on that 1943 sent a couple of months back was really nice. Here's number 15. This one goes to IT. Let's see what we find for her. Double die clash again. I'm watching other markers as well. I'm not just counting on that double die clash because that does happen a little more frequently than you might want to admit. And if you're just using a die clash to identify a given die and then you skip looking at it real closely, you may miss something. This is a different die. Nope, this double die clash again, isn't it? No, this is not it. See? It's a different double die clash. It's a different die clash altogether. It's got a little chip inside the 9. So this is a new die for DC. Coin number 16. Coin number 17 now. Sissy. And Sissy gets one of the die scratched through the 9 coins. Unfortunate. We're running into a dull roll here. Hopefully it gets better. There's another one of them. Hopefully it does tend to get better. I have seen a pretty strong jailhouse clash on a mid-70s coin. It could have been 74D. I don't remember particularly. All right, that's the one that's got the pair of die scratches out in front of the chin. So we've seen this die before. This one for Dan. You get a little muckety-muck going on in the reverse on this one. Coin number 20. Shiny coin guy. Another one. Die scratch right through the 9. There's also a die scratch from the top of the head to the R in trust. So another good marker for us. It's really good to pick up 2 or more markers, especially when you're trying to identify something and give other people a resource to identify it. You need to have at least 3 or 4 photos of features around the coin. One picture never does it. It's a primary reason why I don't really like listing very circulated die varieties, because often die markers are very difficult to nearly impossible to find. And number 22 for Taco John here. Repeat, repeat, repeat dies. I'm taking this one on the chip in the 9 and the big die scratch coming out of the chin. Let's move on to coin number 23 now. Trip. Just not a very attractive looking roll once you get here on the inside. I see. So this one, it's got a bunch of marks that look like the pits out of a rust spot on the die, goes from basically just left of the mint mark all the way past the 1. That could either be rust or it could be extreme die wear. Nevertheless, it makes a mark. Coin number 24. On to Mark. And Mark has... That's another about the same as the others. A little sharper. But no die varieties on this, no errors. So it's just a coin. When a coin is just a coin. Let's see, coin number 25, BC. Oh, another scratch through the 9 coin. $26 now. Coins and ghouls. Let's see what Adam gets. Double die clash. Is it? No, it's the other die clash. All right, on to coin number 27 now. Trip. Back to Trip. And Trip. Oh, double die scratch out in front of the chin. Seen this one before. Coin 28. Taco John. Another one. Die scratch out inside and in front of the 9. I am suffering from the mold. Regardless of how much medication you take, sometimes it's just not enough. All right, there's another one. Die scratch in the 9. We're running into a whole roll of dud dies here. Dud dies. That's the chin. Bouncing a big old die scratch off the chin. That one should have a chip in the 9. Yes, it does. That one for BC. Let's go to 31 now. Dan McCumber. Let's see. Yep, another one. Double die scratch out in front of the 9. Double die scratch out in front of the 9. Got big die scratches in this side of the field. Very interesting looking coin, but no added value, no listability. Joe McBride. Why am I doing that? Joe Morgan is a Hall of Famer from the Major League Baseball. We've seen this die before. Yep. Just another copy. Oh, what's this? What's going on back here? Oh, okay, that's Joe's coin there. I thought maybe there was something going on other than just a striping stain there. All right, coin number 33 goes to Carl. Carl? I do have one other. There's another one of our die chip and big scratch. That also has the double die clash, so it could be the same die. In fact, it is the same die. Okay. Different levels of wear. But the one other reveal I have yet to do today, I'll need probably about a 5 to 10 minute break in between, but I will come right back and do that one as soon as this one is finished. It's another die scratch through the 9. Lots of coins from what come out to be just a few different dies. This is where you look to find double dies and RPMs because you got so many that are the same. So many rolls. They have all the same coins in them from the same dies. But you take the good, you take the bad. We have other rolls that we opened that have the same die over and over again, and they're all $100 double dies. Then you have another coin that is a take of a die, and it turns out has nothing collectible. Dan the Man. Another one of our die scratch through the 9 coins. Coin number 38, Chubby Pop Chaser. Double die clash, which also recently has taught me that you got the scratch on the chin, the double die clash, and I guess that's all on that one. Hello, Kevin. Coin number 39. Now serving number 39. There is going to be one of those tripled lowers. Turns out to be a issue with a punch. Oh. Well, Dan, they all came and went at separate times, so you're getting one progression of that particular mintage day. Shiny Coin Guy, coin number 41, now serving number 41. Big die scratch in the chin with a chip in the 9. Seen that one before. Coin number 42, Paul Hampton. Made sure I told Paul to remove all hazardous material prior to entering the room. Thank you very much, and have a nice ride. Sehr geehrte Besucher. I remember that from the rides. There was a place in, gosh, I don't even remember where it was now. Somewhere in Germany. Cologne, probably, somewhere around there. That had a thing, I believe it was called Holiday Park. And it was a little amusement park that it had a few nice rides and was kind of a decent place to go. And we did a river raft ride. And you ended up standing in line long enough to hear the safety announcement like 45 times. So if you speak German, like, I mean, I do, I mean, you could pick it out, and it was pretty easy to understand. And but if you speak French, they had it in French too. And if you don't speak French, well, you were kind of left out. But it sounded like, I don't know, it really sounded kind of odd. Limitez les embarquements avec des personnes. It just sounded kind of weird. But dude, I'm going back to, holy moly, that was in 1989. It's been a long time. A long time. Here's Joe McBride again. Joe Morgan. Joe probably doesn't even like the Cincinnati Reds. If I had to pick him, he'd be a New York Yankees fan. If I had to pick it. Can't see him doing the Mets. I know he's a New York Giants football fan. That doesn't say a whole lot for what baseball he would like. Poole Hampton. We are getting the same stuff over and over again. Well, that means that we have an original roll. But, so this is the one that's got the two die scratches out in front of the chin. The two parallel diagonal die scratches right out in front of the chin. Does anybody do the Mets? I don't know. Last time I watched a Mets game with any interest, it was during a World Series. Because I wanted the Red Sox to beat them. Naya. That is a beautiful coin, though. It's a really nice condition. And the last coin in this roll goes to Mark. Look at that. Dude, really? Seriously? Look at this. Look. The pollen. He believed this. Got pollen sneaking into my house. Pollen is horrible here. I mean, it's life-ending horrible. Okay, that's the die scratch through the 9. It's the end of the roll, which is why it's kind of spotty on that side. And that is what we got for this. That's it. I will be back. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything here, but I will be back in, let's say, 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes sounds good. 10 minutes with our next reveal. How's that sound? You guys all right with that? All right, well, sit tight. Get yourself a drink. Get yourself a snack. Get ready to watch. Don't fall asleep, though. And I'll see you in a few. Have a good one.